Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Hopkinton High School for Hopkinton Hillers football on HCAM. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. And today it's the Hopkinton Hillers against the Norwood Mustangs. Hillers come in with a 2-2 record. The Norwood Mustangs come in with a 3-1 record. And it is the Fall 2 regular season finale. Should be a good game here today as these two teams meet up. Norwood is playing for the TBL Large title today, or at least a share of it, but they will have to beat this Hopkinton Hillers team, which is certainly easier said than done. This Hillers team has been unbelievable the last few games. They took down Medfield in a back-and-forth battle a couple of weeks ago, and then they went on to dominate against Westwood, and they are looking for their third consecutive win here today against the Norwood Mustangs. And right now the captains are going to go over to the center of the field for the coin flip, and we'll step aside for a moment and let you enjoy the scenery here at Hopkinton High School. Welcome back into David M. Hughes Stadium as we are just about ready for the opening kickoff between the Hillers and Norwood. And they will be doing the national anthem momentarily. So without further ado, let's go down to the field for the national anthem. And there you have it, the national anthem, and we are just about ready for football. The Hopkinton Hillers will indeed receive, as they have won the coin toss and elected to receive. And the Hillers today in their orange jerseys with white numbering and the white helmet. Norwood in their away white jerseys with the blue helmet and the blue numbering. And it is a nice day out here today. Temperatures are in the 50s. Good football weather here on this April Sunday afternoon. Of course, this game was supposed to take place this past Friday, but rain changed those plans. But no problem. We are set to go here at David M. Hughes Stadium as Norwood set to kick off right to left across your screen. And on the boot, that was Anthony DeMera, this junior, and it's going to be returned from about the 5-yard line. And up to the 25-yard line it goes. And the Hillers offense will come out to the field. And a pretty good return there by Elias Pereira. So ball marked officially at the 24-yard line. Hillers get up to the line. Cole Salyers is lined up as the quarterback. And in the backfield, that is Cam Mulvaney. Two receivers spread out to either side. Out of the gun, takes the snap, looks to his left, now his right. Now will throw up the middle of the field, has the target, it's batted down. Intended target was Ethan Champlin. On defense was Jason Danahy. Getting the hand up and knocking that pass down.
Salyard's pass was intended for number 9, Ethan Champlin.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Hillers from the 24.
Brings up 2nd down.
Slight breeze here at Hopkinton High School today. But the temperature's just perfect. Back up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney to his left this time. Spreading out to the left, Ethan Champlin. There's 3 receivers. Or make that 2 receivers on either side. Champlin now moves in. Salyard's out of the gun. Motion along the right, and he's going to fake the handoff. Looks to his right, throws to his right, and it's intercepted. Jason Danahy is there to pick it off. Intended target was Nicholas Essie. So an interception for Norwood. And the Mustangs will bring out their offense.
Be 1st and 10, Norwood. Ball in the
Norwood has had themselves quite a season. They got a win early in the season against Holliston. They gave Ashland all they can handle, but fell short in that game, and that has been their only loss so far. And Jason Danahy, who just had that interception, he is also the quarterback for Norwood. Very talented athlete. He's going to line it up out of the gun with a back to either side. Motion from left to right, the tight end in motion. Receiver spread out to the right as well. Takes the snap a little bit low, but pulls it up, and here he goes. Finds some room across midfield. 40, 35, 30, 20, the 10, the 5, and into the end zone. A 56-yard touchdown run by Jason Danahy.
Danahy on the keeper.
And just like that, it is a 6-0 Norwood lead. Well, he just saw all kinds of room up that left side, and all he had to pretty much get around was one tackle, and he broke free for the touchdown. Very first offensive play for Norwood, not the way you want to start if you're Hopkinton. And the extra point is going to sail right through. And it's a 7-0 Norwood lead.
Score is Norwood 7, Hopkinton 0.
So at 11:23, Norwood will kick back off to the Hopkinton Hillers. Well, the Hillers defense, they're going to have to tighten up in this game. This Norwood offense is very good. A lot of talent on this Norwood roster this year. And they were certainly one of the many teams hoping for the full season. They certainly would have had themselves, I think, a nice playoff run. And the Ball is teed up and set to kick it away is Anthony DeMera. And I think he set it up at the 45. It's supposed to be at the 40, so they're going to move it back 5 yards. And the Hillers will try again on offense. It's under this one, end over end, back to the 5-yard line it goes. Here comes the return. It's Cam Mulvaney on the return. He finds some space along the far side, the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds just before the 35. So the Hillers will bring their offense back out. And let's see where they mark this. They're going to mark it right at the 34. So that's where the Hillers will start this drive. Up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right. Two receivers spread out to his right. Hillers working left to right across your screen. Elias Pereira in motion from left to right. Takes the snap, rolls to his right under a little bit of pressure. He'll throw up the right side, has a target, and it's caught. And there he goes. Ethan Champlin is going to go all the way to the 10-yard line. What a connection there. All the way to the Norwood 10. And the Hillers, they come out passing. It didn't pay off on the first drive, but it pays off here. That is a 56-yard gain on the reception by Ethan Champlin. So the Hillers will huddle up, and they are in the Norwood red zone. Up to the line they go. Salyard's out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his left. Three receivers to the right side. Motion from right to left. And it's going to be a handoff to Mulvaney. Up the middle he goes. Not much there. The Norwood defense is able to key in on Mulvaney and put a stop to him right around the line of scrimmage. Well, as we've seen pretty much all season in these home Hiller games, action right off the bat. And it seems like it could possibly be one of those games that there's action all the way through. Back up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. A 5-receiver set, 3 to his left. Motion from right to left. Takes the snap. He's going to roll to his left into the flats, looking upfield, throws to the end zone, and it's nearly intercepted. James Gamble got in there, nearly picked it off. The intended target was Ethan Champlin, the senior. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Hillers from the Norwood 10. And they are certainly close enough to try the field goal if they are not able to get a touchdown here on this play. 3rd and goal from the 10 as Salyards and the offense are back up to the line. And now we have an officials stoppage. I don't see a flag on the field. I think we're ready to go. Salyard's out of the gun. The back to his left is Mulvaney. 3 receivers spread out to his left. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, and he's going to take it himself along the far sideline. And did he get in? He was close. Yes, he did. Touchdown, Hillers. A 10-yard touchdown run by Cole Salyards, and the Hillers strike right back. And it's a 7-6 game pending the extra point. Well, a great response there by the Hillers after a one-play touchdown for Norwood on their first drive of the game. And of course, what set up this 10-yard touchdown run was the 56-yard reception to Ethan Champlin. And now for the extra point, end over end, and right through it goes. It's a 7-7 game. And we have the makings of what could be yet another shootout between these two TVL large rivals. Certainly some great action here to start this game off. And we are knotted at 7 apiece. Norwood with 56 total yards of offense. Took them one play on the last drive. We'll see how the Hillers defense does on this drive. The Hillers 66 yards overall of offense, and their touchdown drive was a 2-play drive. Or actually, excuse me, it was a 4-play drive for the Hillers on that touchdown drive. And of course, it resulted in a 10-yard touchdown run by Cole Salyards. Set to kick it away is Avery Ravitch. 9:24 left to go here in the first quarter. And he will send it end over end back to the Norwood 10. And here comes the return to the 20, to the 25. And picking up another extra couple yards is Brian Mateer. And the Norwood offense will come out and start at their own 28-yard line. I'd imagine the Hillers defense up front is going to put a whole lot of pressure on this Norwood offense. Norwood certainly an offense that can throw the ball all around the field. As their quarterback, senior Jason Dennehy, comes out to the huddle. Jason Dennehy has already contributed in multiple ways this game. He has an interception and, of course, the 56-yard touchdown run. And he's going to line it up out of the gun with a back to either side, a receiver spread out to either side. And he'll take the snap, hands it off to the left back, and it's going to be a run up the far side and breaking free to the 40, to the 50. Here goes Christian Sales to the 30, to the 20, the 10, and oh no, it's another Norwood touchdown. Another one-play touchdown drive. Christian Sales breaking free.
Christian Sales on the carry.
And he was able to knock off a number of defenders, broke several tackles as he finds his way into the end zone. A 72-yard touchdown run. That'll make it a 13-7 game. And is this one coming back? Yes, it is. So they're going to call a hold. So it will not be a touchdown.
First and 10, Norwood.
The flag came in, and there's a hold
Ball on the Huntington 30-yard line.
on the play, but Norwood still has a whole lot of yardage off of that run. They will be marked at the Hillers 30. So it ended up being about a 42-yard run there. Out of the gun they go, back to either side, takes the snap, hands it off to the right back. It's Christian Sales once again. This time the Hillers are ready for him. And on the stop, Ethan Champlin after he picks up a yard or two.
Sales on the carry.
A 3-yard pickup there.
Number 9, Ethan Champlin.
Well, scary moment there for the Hillers, but
Second down.
and
Ball on the Huntington
it
27
appears he might have actually stepped out of bounds along the far sideline, and that's why he was marked back a little bit. But what a job by Sales eluding several tackles. Then he gonna line it up with Wadkowski to back to his left, two receivers spread out to either side. He'll take the snap, go to his right, he pitches it over to Wadkowski. Wadkowski, all kinds of room. The 10, and into the end zone he goes. A 27-yard touchdown run by Wadkowski.
Rob Wadkowski on the carry.
And despite the fact that the Sales run got called back, Norwood gets the job done anyway. And now it's a 13-7 game. And they'll come out and attempt the extra point.
DeMare on to attempt the point extra.
The snap, the kick, and through the uprights it goes.
Kick is good.
I'll make it a 14-7 Norwood lead.
14.
A 27-yard touchdown run on a pitch to Rob Wadkowski. And that was just great vision by Denny. He saw Wadkowski in all the open space along the far side, and he was able to take it into the end zone with ease. Well, we have already had 4 different possessions in this game, and we're only through 4 minutes. So it looks like this game has the potential for non-stop action here on this Sunday afternoon, as Norwood is set to kick it away right to left across your screen. This will be the 3rd Norwood kickoff of the afternoon. As they tee it up, kick it away. Another pretty good kickoff there. Back to the 7-yard line it goes. Here comes the return. It's Elias Pereira. He has some room along the near side of the field. To the 30, to the 35. And he's met up with a couple of Mustangs and pushed out of bounds. And the Hillers offense will come out to the field with pretty good field position. Start around their own 35. The Hillers offense going to have to respond once again, and they're certainly going to have to make some adjustments defensively against this Norwood run game. So far, just too many spots left uncovered.
First and 10, Hopkinton. Ball on the Hopkinton 35-yard line.
Up to the line they go. Salyards looks over to the sideline for the play call. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his left is Mulvaney. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Salyards takes the snap, hands it off. Mulvaney up the middle, trying to find some room, is able to break a tackle, and he gets up to about the 38-39. So he turned nothing into something there.
Tackler number 44, Justin Scale.
And they'll put him right at the 40, so they will give him that extra yardage as he was able to reach out and pick up even a couple more yards. Up to the line they go. 2nd and 5 from the 40. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney the back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to either side. He'll take the snap. Up the middle he goes. 45. Cuts to the far side across midfield. The 45 in Norwood territory to the 40. And a nice pickup there by Salyards. What a job he did there. He goes from the Hillers 40 all the way up to the Norwood 41. So pick up a 19 yards on the keeper by Salyards.
Ball on the Norwood 41-yard line.
That'll make it a 1st and 10 for the Hillers. Up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his right is Cam Mulvaney. 3 receivers spread out to the near side. Salyards takes the snap, rolls to his right under pressure. Able to elude the pressure for the moment, but throws an interception, and it's intercepted by Mateer, and Norwood gets the ball right back. There is a flag, and it could be for celebration after the play. We'll see what the call is. But I believe Norwood will keep it. Actually, let's still waiting for the official word. 6:04 left in the first quarter.
It'll be 1st and 10 Norwood.
And it will indeed be Norwood's ball. They got called for excessive celebration. So that moves them back to the 28-yard line. So Norwood has their 4th possession of the game. Or make that, excuse me, their 3rd possession of the game after an interception. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun with a back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side. He'll hand it off. It's going to be a run here up the far side by Christian Sales, and he finds a little bit of room, and he's pushed out of bounds pretty close to the first down marker. We'll see if they give him the first down. It's going to be close. It looks like he's going to be slightly short. They're going to mark him at the 37-yard line.
Christian Sales on the carry.
That was about a 9-yard pickup by Sales.
Brought down by number 32, Aiden Kelly.
That'll bring up 2nd and 1 for the Mustangs. Well, the Hillers offense feeling the pressure as this Norwood
Ball on the Norwood 37-yard line.
offense has just been able to break through this Hillers defense, and perhaps they felt a little too much pressure there, and Norwood was able to come away with the interception. As here's a run here and a good stop by the Hillers defense. Wadkowski gets the call that time and doesn't get much. They're going to mark him pretty much back at the line of scrimmage.
Number 70, Hayes Pearson Woodruff.
That'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Norwood Mustangs. And this might be the longest possession of the game so far. It's been very short possessions here in this first quarter shootout by Hopkinton and Norwood. Dennehy out of the gun, a back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side, takes the snap. Sales gets the call again, and this time he's just swarmed by defenders and gets nowhere, and actually lost a yard. Good stop there by the Hillers defense. In on the stop was Jacob Sokol, the senior, along with a few others. And that was a loss of about 2. So that brings up 4th and 6 from the 36 for the Norwood Mustangs. What will they do here? I'd imagine they will punt it away, but they've had a couple of big plays in this game, so you never know. Denny's still out there, and I believe he may also be their punter, but we shall see. He's going to line up out of the gun, back to his right, takes the snap, and they're going to run a play here. Pitches it over to his right, and they are going to get the first down and more. Here goes Wadkowski up the far side of the field. Into Hillers territory he goes, and what a risk by Norwood. But it pays off as they will keep possession and move into Hillers territory. Ball is marked at the Hopkinton 45-yard line. That was a 19-yard pickup by Wadkowski. So the Mustangs playing fearless football here.
Ball on the Hopkinton 45-yard line.
They're going to line it up out of the gun once again. Dennehy with the wishbone option, back to either side, takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Sales. Sales cuts to the near side, and he is brought down by Cole Salyards along with Ethan Champlin at around the 44, so a yard there.
Brought down by number 3, Cole Salyards.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs.
Brings up 2nd down.
Back out to the huddle goes Dennehy.
4-yard line.
Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun, back to either side. A receiver spread out to either side. He has a slot man to his right, takes the snap, and he's going to pass, throws up the right side of the field, and he connects, and it's a touchdown. A 44-yard touchdown reception to James Gamble, the senior.
His pass is complete to number 24, James Gamble.
Unreal, this Norwood offense, they are having quite a day today. That'll make it a 20-7 score with 2:15 left to go. And now for the extra point. And it is up and through, and it's a 21-7 Norwood lead, and we are still in the first quarter. 2:15 left to go. What a connection between Dennehy and Gamble. And Gamble was able to just burn the Hillers defense along the far side. And the corner who was on coverage, and Dennehy with a perfect rainbow pass drops it right into his arms. Now Norwood will kick off once again. They have had a lot of kickoff experience so far in this game, unfortunately for the Hillers. And this will sail end over end back to the 5. And here comes the return from Elias Pereira to the 25, and he takes a big hit along the 27. Brian Mateer putting a stop to Pereira. And the Hillers offense will come out to the field and hope to get something going here. They are getting into a situation where they desperately need to get something going as they find themselves down 21-7. Ball going to be marked at the 27-yard line. Hillers working left to right across your screen. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney the back to his left. 3 receivers spread out to the right. Now he calls for motion from right to left. He'll hand it off. It's going to be a run by Mulvaney. He picks up some good yardage there. Gets up to about the 32-33. About a 4 or 5 yard pickup. And the Blues offense will huddle up and face a second and about 6 yards to go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. An empty back set this time. 3 receivers spread out to his left, 2 to his right. Motion from right to left. And we have a flag here. I think someone jumped in. It might have been Brian Keefe with an illegal motion as he ran to the left side. It is indeed going to be... It's going to be against Norwood, it looks like. So someone on the Norwood defensive front jumped. So that'll help the Hillers out. Ball moved up to the 37. So now it is a second down and about a yard to go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney in the backfield. A 3 receiver set. 2 receivers spread out to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's a run up the middle as spinning around a tackle is Mulvaney. And he fights his way to the 45. A good pickup there. An 8 yard pickup by Cam Mulvaney. That'll move the chains for the Hillers.
Mulvaney on the carry. Brought down by number 54, Matthew Alves.
I think a lot of the fans at the game today happy that it was moved to this Sunday after some rough weather the past couple of days. But today the sun is shining and it's perfect conditions for football. Salyard's out of the gun, motion right to left. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking upfield, throws to his left, and he connects with Lassesi, and Lassesi is going to take it into Norwood territory and be brought out of bounds around the Mustangs' 46-yard line. A good pickup there. About a 9-yard pickup by Lassesi.
Salyard's pass was complete to number 14, Nick Lachise.
And that'll bring up a 2nd and 1. And that'll be the end of the quarter. That was certainly one of the longest quarters we've seen, but after 1 quarter of play, it is Hopkinton 7, Norwood 21. Second quarter coming up next on HCAM. And welcome back into Hopkinton High School. We are ready to continue on into the second quarter. We have switched sides. The Hillers now working right to left across your screen. Salyer's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right. Two receivers either side. Takes the snap under pressure. Throws up the middle, and it's incomplete. He had Nick Lasessi, but Lasessi couldn't turn around fast enough to see the pass coming his way. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Hillers. I think that was a smart move there in a 3rd and 1 or a 2nd and 1 situation. Take a shot at a pass. See if you can get some big yardage. Now, obviously, here you're likely in a situation where you're going to run the ball and try to get that first down. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right. 3 receivers spread out to his right. He'll hand it off. It's a run up the middle, first down and more. And it's going to be a good run by Mulvaney. Up to the 35-yard line he goes. And that is an 11-yard pickup. That'll indeed move the chains for a Hillers first down. And the Hopkinton offense has something brewing here. Up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right. 3 receivers spread out to his right. He'll take the snap, throws the screen to Mulvaney to the 25, to the 30, to the 25 he goes. And a nice pickup there. The Hillers offense, they are moving rapidly. They want to catch this Norwood defense off their toes. And they pick up another 10 yards off the screen.
First and 10, Hopkinton. Ball on the Norwood 25-yard line.
Up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. And back to his left is Mulvaney. 3 receivers spread out to his left. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, and he is going to take it himself to the 20, fighting his way to the 15, still on his feet, and he was able to spin around a defender and fight his way up to about the 12-yard line. What a run there by Cole Salyards. That is about a 13-yard pickup there by Salyards. And the Hillers are in business. First and 10 from the 11.
First and 10, Hopkinton.
Well, the Hillers, they're doing a little bit of everything on offense today. You're seeing a good amount of the pass game, a good amount of the run game, and I think they have went more to the nickel and dime type of plays, the shorter plays, rather than going for the big gains after a couple interceptions. A handoff to Mulvaney here. And he's brought down at around the line of scrimmage, so not much room to work with there.
Mulvaney on the carry. Brought down by number 55, Brian Sue.
So we'll see what the Hillers try here. They have certainly switched up the ways they have gotten the ball to Cam Mulvaney. They've done a little bit of everything to get him the ball, and he has certainly had some good success in this game. But the receivers, I'm sure, are going to play a big role in this game as well. And right now, it's an empty back set with three receivers to the right, 2 to the left, motion from left to right. Salyards takes the snap, rolls to his right, under pressure, has a target, and it's bobbled around the 5-yard line. And then a big hit delivered to Declan Herr, the intended target. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9 to go from the 10. So the Hillers certainly hoping for a good result on this drive, and if they get the result they want, they're right back into this game. 21-7 Norwood lead, but the Hillers are threatening. We're in the second quarter, 8:56 left to go. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. Happy to be with you for Hillers football on this Sunday afternoon. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right, and he is going to hand it off. Mulvaney finds some room right up the middle, and into the end zone he goes. A 10-yard touchdown run by Cam Mulvaney, and the Hillers strike back. It's a 21-13 game. Now they'll attempt the extra point. That was certainly a nice drive by the Hillers. End over end, through the uprights it goes, and it is a 21-14 game.
As the teams come back up the field, score is Norwood 21 and Hopkinton 14.
So that drive, that lasted a little over 5 minutes, and it was a 73-yard drive, resulting in a 10-yard touchdown run by Cam Mulvaney. And the Hillers will kick off right to left across your screen. Well, the Hillers defense, they came through on the last Norwood drive. We'll see if they could do it again. Set to kick it away is going to be Ravitch. And the Hillers defense hoping they can tighten up here and get their offense back out there with a chance to tie the game up. End over end it goes. It'll sail back to about the 12-yard line. Here comes the return. Along the far side goes Mateer, and he has some room. Across midfield. 45, 40, 30, up to the 20, the 10, and he's into the end zone. Unbelievable. Brian Mateer with a kickoff return for a touchdown. And let's see, will they bring this one back? Hey, Norwood already had one of these that they brought back. I don't think they're bringing this one back, though. They did put it on the scoreboard, and they do have the kicker out there, so the touchdown is confirmed. Touchdown run on the kickoff by Mateer. That was the last thing the Hillers wanted to happen. The touchdown came at 8:29 left to go in the second quarter. Anthony DeMera out there for the extra point. It was about an 80-yard return by Mateer. The snap, the kick, end over end, and it's through. And Norwood will take a 28-14 lead. Well, here we go. Momentum shift after momentum shift in this game. We have one of those seesaw games going on. And the Hillers will get their offense back out there and hope to do some damage against this Norwood defense. And both of these offenses having all kinds of success today. Of course, Norwood didn't need their offense for their last touchdown, as the kickoff team was able to handle it and find the end zone. Set to kick it away for Norwood is going to be Anthony DeMera. Set to kick off left to right across your screen. And he'll send it end over end to the 10. And here comes the return from Cam Mulvaney to the 30, the 35, along the far side of the 40. And a good return there by Mulvaney. And he got to about the 43, 44-yard line, and the Hillers offense will start off with pretty good field position. Hillers will start this drive at 8:19 left to go. And they will start it from the 44-yard line and work right to left across your screen.
first and 10, Hopkinton. On the Hopkinton
Hillers huddle up and get up to the line. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. A 5-receiver set, 3 receivers spread out to his left. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws the screen to Mulvaney. And Mulvaney going to find a little room along the near side, but not too much. And he is knocked out of bounds around the 45-46. So 2 yards there on the pickup off the screen. That brings up 2nd and 8 for the Hillers. Yeah, Hillers are certainly going to have to utilize, I think, their run game, obviously, but certainly that pass game as well. They're going to have to get some momentum with that passing game, especially if Norwood keeps scoring like this. The Hillers are going to need some quick touchdowns. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. And in the backfield, that was Carazza. He'll get the call here. Along the far side he goes, and he finds some room, and he gets up to about midfield. About a 4-yard pickup there by Carazza. And that'll bring up 3rd down for the Hillers. And 4 to go.
Number 10, Christian Sales. Brings up 3rd down. Ball to 50-yard line.
Up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up. Out of the gun, Cam Mulvaney, the back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap, and he's going to take it himself. And he's trying to get away, able to bounce off tackle, and now he finds some room. Over to the 45 and close to the 40, brought down at around the 41-42. A good pickup there by Salyards, who completely made something out of absolutely nothing there. He was swarmed by defenders, but was able to bounce off a number of defenders and find some room along the left side hash marks. There's Mateer on the stop. That moves the chains for the Hillers. Up to the 41 they go. Well, Salyard's certainly not afraid to take care of business himself when the Hillers need it. And he does it once again here to move the chains. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun, back to his right. 3 receivers spread out to his right, looks to his right, and now he's going to try to take it himself again, but this time Norwood ready for him, and wrapping him up, throwing him down is an unlisted number 64. And the Hillers will be marked back at the 45, a loss of 4 there. Now bring up 2nd and 14 for the Hillers. The clock keeps moving. 5:14 and counting left to go here in the first half. The second quarter has certainly been moving substantially quicker than the first quarter did, where we had a lot of short touchdown drives. And it looks like they are going to bring in Robert Lisher as the quarterback. Out of the gun, and he is going to look to his left, throws to his left, and he has his target. That's Ethan Champlin, and Champlin gets up to about the 39. So he recovers all the yardage lost on the last play plus a couple. 6-yard pickup on the reception to Champlin. It's his second reception of the game. Remember, he had that big 56-yard reception to set up a Cole Salyard's touchdown run to make it a 7-6 game at the time. Of course, the extra point out of it at 7 at that time, but right now 28-14 Norwood lead. Lisher still in there, takes the snap out of the gun, rolls to his right, under pressure, looks upfield, throws upfield, no one there, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Hillers. There is a flag on the field. And this could have been a hold. on the Hillers.
Intended for number 6, Brian Keith.
We'll see what the call is.
There is a
And
penalty.
through in the direction of Keefe. Actually, this looks like it might be on Norwood. Let's see what the call is. Well, if it's on Norwood, it had to be. Oh, no. Now he's marching back. Okay, a lot of confusion out there by the officials today.
There was no flag on the play. Brings up 4th
Oh,
down.
so they picked the flag up. No penalty on the play. So it will remain 4th and 8 from the 39. I believe Norwood might have just declined it. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Takes the snap, looks upfield, throws up the middle, has Mulvaney, and it's complete, and up to the 16-yard line go the Hillers. A 23-yard pickup.
Pass complete to number 27, Cam Mulvaney. Back by number 5.
And the Hillers, for the second time this afternoon, move the chains in a 4th down situation.
The 1st and 10, Hopkinton. Ball on the Norwood 16-yard line.
Salyards is back in the game, and he's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his left, 2 receivers spread out to either side. Salyards takes the snap, hands it off. Mulvaney up the middle, finds a little bit of room, and squeezes up to about the 9 or 8-yard line.
Mulvaney on the carry.
Pretty good pickup there by Mulvaney. They'll mark him at the 10, 6-yard pickup. We'll bring up 2nd and just over 3 yards to go for the Hillers.
2nd down. Ball on the Norwood 10-yard line.
Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his left. 3 receivers spread out to his left. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws the screen to Mulvaney. Mulvaney trying to maneuver around a couple of defenders and will be pushed out of bounds at around the 8, a couple yards there.
Salyard's pass is complete.
Still plenty of time left in this half for the Hillers to try to find the end zone here. 2:19 and counting left to go. And this drive by the Hillers, this started all the way back at 8:19 left to go. It has been by far the longest drive of the game, as it has lasted 6 minutes and counting. Salyard's going to line it up, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout here. Hiller is going to take a timeout, 1:53 left to go here in the second quarter. It's a 28-14 lead. And the Hillers going to try to find the end zone and make this a 7-point game. And with the Hillers timeout, we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're tuned in to Hillers Varsity Football on HCAM. Off the timeout, Hillers get back up to the line, facing a 3rd and 2 to go from the 9. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right, motion from left to right. Scarrott's in motion. He'll hand it off to Mulvaney, who will have the first down and more all the way up to about the 2-yard line he goes. A nice powering run by Cam Mulvaney up the middle to move the chains.
63, Mike Gasparo.
There's a 7-yard pickup there by Mulvaney. And now it's 1st and goal from the 2.
1st and goal.
To the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Karatza the back to his left. Two receivers spread out to either side. He'll take it himself up the middle, and he reaches over. Did he get in? Let's see. No sign yet. He might have been a little short. I think that reach got him to about the 1. Reach was just short of the goal line.
Salyard's on the keeper. Tackler number 6.
So that'll bring up second and goal from the 1. And this is a great drive by the Hillers because not only do you have a chance to make it, to get within 7 here, but also you burned most of the time off in the second quarter. So you didn't really give the Norwood offense a chance to get out there too much, and who knows, maybe because of that they'll come into the second half a little colder. And this is going to be a run up the middle on the keeper Salyards. Not a problem. A 1-yard touchdown run.
Salyards on the keeper for the touchdown.
And that'll make it a 28-20 game with 25 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And they'll bring out Ravitch for the extra point. That was a 56-yard touchdown drive by the Hillers, and it lasted just short of 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 54 seconds to be exact, resulting in a 1-yard touchdown run by Cole Salyards. And we had an offsides call on the extra point. They're going to have to re-kick it. And this time they'll do it from further back, and actually it looks like it was against Norwood. Well, I'm not sure, but they're going to re-kick this. There was an offsides call somewhere. As the sun starts to glisten the field here at David M. Hughes Stadium, end over end, and through the uprights it goes. And it's a 28-21 game. The Hillers fight their way back into it. Incredible drive strung together by the Hillers. And they did a little bit of everything that drive. You saw a number of different run plays. You saw some short passes. And they nickel and dime their way up the field, and that's one strategy if your defense is struggling. Keep them off the field. Have those long offensive drives and hang on to the ball. Possession time could certainly win you a game in a situation like this. And Norwood will have just 25 seconds left in the half for this drive as the Hillers tee it up and get ready to kick off right to left across your screen. Ravitch set to kick it away. Teed up, and here we go. Ravitch sends it end over end. Short kickoff over to the 25, and I think that was a smart move there. They're clearly just trying to avoid a big kickoff return by Norwood, especially with just 19 seconds left in the first half. You don't want to give them good field position to start this drive. So the Norwood offense will come back out, and you know they're going to attempt some big plays here. They've had some big pass plays in this game, and they're certainly going to take advantage of this possession, regardless if there's 19 seconds left, you would imagine. They will get the ball back to start off the second half, since the Hillers receive the kickoff to open up this game. And they are going to line it up out of the gun. Dennehy with a wishbone option, a back to either side, a receiver spread out to either side. Takes the snap, he'll hand it off to the right back. Here goes Sales. Sales fighting his way to the 45, and he's going to be brought down at around the 48 by Champlin. And he might have got a little shooken up on that play. Hopefully he's okay. That was a 15-yard pickup by Sales. And the trainers are going to check him out. And they'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 48 for Norwood. You have maybe time for 2 plays. Even 2 plays is going to be tough. 10 seconds left to go in what has been a crazy first half between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Norwood Mustangs. You would imagine Norwood going to try a big pass play here. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right. 3 receivers spread out to the right. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking upfield, and he will throw up the near side, incomplete. Intended target, Brian Mateer. A nice job by Brian Keefe jumping up and getting a hand on the pass to Mateer. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Norwood. There is 2 seconds left in the half, so they do have time for another play. The Hillers here, they're going to be in a prevent defense type of situation where the goal will be just keep everything in front of you. It doesn't matter if it's a big pickup as long as they don't get into the end zone. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun, back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side, takes the snap, looks to his left, and now is going to air it out up the left side, and it is intercepted. Cole Salyards picks it off, and here he goes, still in play. And look out, we know he has speed to the 30, the 35. Along the near side, he's brought down around the 41. And then some extracurricular activity. There might be some flags after that. But that is going to end the first half. After 1 half of play, it is a 28-21 Norwood lead. But a great second quarter for the Hillers as they outscore Norwood 14-7 and hang on to the ball for over 8 minutes, or just under 8 minutes. But a very impressive quarter for the Hillers, and it is still very much anyone's game as we wrap up the first half. After 2 quarters of play, Norwood 28, Hillers 21. Second half coming up next. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Football on HCAM. And welcome back in to Hopkinton High School. We are ready to start the second half. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. Happy to be with you for some Hillers varsity football on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. A 28-21 Norwood lead. Avery Ravitch set to kick it away left to right across your screen. The Hillers defense hoping to step it up here. They've had some trouble with this Norwood offense. End over end it goes, and it'll be returned from about the 22. And not much there on the return, up to about the 28-29. Goes Jonathan Montilla on the return. And we'll see the Norwood offense for the first time in quite a long time. We'll start this drive from their own 30 and work right to left across your screen. Jason Dennehy out to the huddle. And he has done a nice job running this Norwood offense. And we'll get in the first half stats in just a moment. Dennehy out of the gun with a back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side. He'll hand it off to the left back, and there he goes, breaking free. And a saving tackle by Pereira. The ball came out, but was he down? And on the run there, that was Sabo Dakal. And they are going to mark him down, so it will remain Norwood ball. And on the very first offensive snap of the second half, all the way up to the Hillers 45, he goes.
First down, Norwood.
25-yard pickup by Dakal. Well, the Hillers, they're just having trouble stopping the run. They're going to have to key in on these running backs. As the second quarter was in its final stages, Cam Mulvaney got a little shooken up. They did wrap his ankle, and he hasn't really been out of the game. You did see Karatza get a couple snaps, but I think you'll see Mulvaney a whole lot in this second half. It's going to be a handoff here to the right back. Not much room there. On the run, it was Rob Wadkowski. On the stop, Aiden Morin bringing him down after about a yard.
Rob Wadkowski on the carry. Tackled by number 71, Aiden Morin.
So I'll bring up 2nd and 8 for Norwood. Well, in the first half, the Hillers on the ground produced 104 yards, 106 yards through the air, 210 yards total. Norwood, 129 yards on the ground, 44 yards through the air, 173 yards total. But they led at the half, 28-21. Another handoff here to the left back, and it's Dakal getting the call. And he will get a first down plus a couple. Good run there by Dakal, and if he keeps running like that, you're going to see a whole lot of him in this half. 10-yard pickup by Dakal. So Norwood has something going here as the sun's starting to shine once again. Dennehy going to line it up, out of the gun, back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side, takes the snap, hands it off to the left back, and he finds some room along the far side, slipping some tackles. Along the sideline he goes, and he's pushed out of bounds close to the 15. Might have got a couple yards past that. Let's see where they put him. They're going to put him right around the 13. Mateer with a big pickup there, 21-yard pickup. Norwood continuing their success against this Hillers defense. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun. Wadkowski the back to his left. Two receivers spread out to either side. Motion from left to right. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Finds a gap up the middle. There he goes. To the end zone. The ball is out. And let's see who recovered. I believe Norwood was able to recover, and they indeed were. James Gamble landed on it, and all the way up to the 2-yard line they go. It ends up being a 10-yard pickup, and a big recovery by Gamble.
Fumble was recovered by number 24, James Gamble.
And they're going to run this one right up the gut and into the end zone, not a problem. And that is going to be Sabod DeCall getting the finishing touch on this drive. 2-yard touchdown run. That makes it a 34-21 Norwood lead. And now for the extra point, it is Anthony DeMera. The snap, the kick, and it is good. A 35-21 lead for Norwood. At 8:35 left to go here in the third quarter. That drive lasted about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And it was a 70-yard touchdown drive, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Sabod DeCall. Impressive stuff once again from the Norwood run game, and it was all run on that drive. And Norwood has pretty much been all run all game. They only had one pass completed in the first half, and that, of course, was a 44-yard touchdown pass to James Gamble to make it a 20-7 game at the time. And now they lead at 35-21, set to kick it away right to left across your screen. And that is DeMera sending it away. Back to the 5-yard line it goes, and here's the return. Pretty good return by Ethan Champlin as he got up to around the 30.
Ethan Champlin on the return.
And the Hillers offense will take the field once again. Well, a 9-minute touchdown drive is great, and that is what the Hillers did towards the end of that second half. But those long extended touchdown drives only work if your defense can stop the opposing offense. Norwood has been able to strike back quickly in this game. And they are back up by 14. Out of the gun they go. Salyards with a back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to either side. It's Cam Mulvaney, the back to his right. And he's going to take it himself. Has a little room. Over to the 35, working his way to the near side. And he's brought down at around the 40. Brian Mateer throwing him to the ground.
Cole Salyards on the carry.
And that was 12-yard pickup by Salyards. Salyards had some great plays in the first half. And he had at least 3 or 4 plays that extended Hillers' drives. And he has a big play to start this one. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Cam Mulvaney in the backfield. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, play action, rolls to his left under pressure, gets rid of it, up the sideline, incomplete. And his intended target was Nick Lasessi. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Salyard's pass was intended for number 29, Elias Pereira.
Well, it was a good job there by Salyards getting rid of it as the pressure was starting to come in on him. Certainly don't want to take a loss.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Up to the line they go. Salyards going to line it up out of the gun. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Motion from right to left. That is Keefe in motion. Takes the snap. Looks to his left, throws to his left, and it is batted in the air by a defender. And did Keefe come down with it? And the official says incomplete. Well, Keefe thought he might have pulled a Julian Edelman type of catch there, but incomplete, says the official. And that was a dangerous pass. Defenders were all around Keefe there, and it was nearly picked off. 3rd and 10. The Hillers offense, they've been trying to work quickly today. They know when they work quickly, it catches this Norwood defense off guard. And we have a flag, pre-snap flag here. It's going to be against the Hillers. I think I want to say delay a game. Now push them back 5 yards to the 35 and make it a 3rd and 15 to go. Up to the line they go. And Lisher is in at quarterback. He'll line it up out of the gun. A 5-receiver set. 3 spread out to his left. Salyards is spread out as a receiver. Lisher takes the snap. Throws to his left. And as he took some pressure, narrowly throws an interception. There was Ryan Shue clamping down on Lisher. And it was nearly picked off by an unlisted 33.
Lisher's pass was knocked down by number 33, J.J. Everett.
I believe that is J.J. Everett. That is what the PA guy has informed the crowd of, so we'll go with that. Up to the line they go. And they will punt it away here, facing a 4th and 15. And we're going to have a timeout here.
Timeout, Norwood.
And Norwood's going to take a timeout. 7:12 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside as well, let you enjoy the scenery here at Hopkinton High School. Fourth and 15, the punting unit on the field for the Hillers. And a good defensive stop by Norwood. And now they're going to fake. Salyards looking upfield, and he's under pressure, gets rid of it up the near side, and it's caught! Ethan Champlin makes the catch. And that is going to be enough for a first down. Unbelievable. All kinds of pressure on Salyards. He just gets rid of it. Champlin comes to a slide and reels it in to keep this drive going for the Hillers. All the way up to the Norwood 47 they go. Ended up being an 18-yard pickup by Champlin. And we have Wyatt Stevens in at quarterback now. He's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney to his right takes the snap, and he's going to take it himself up to the 45, brought down at around the 44. And we might see quite a bit of Wyatt Stevens in this game. The Hillers are going to try to switch up the personnel in the run game here.
Tackler number 64, Matthew Alvis.
That was about a 4-yard pickup there by Wyatt.
The second down.
2nd and 7 to go. And it is going to be Salyards now back into the game. He'll line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney the back to his right, 2 receivers either side. Hands it off. It's Mulvaney getting the call up the middle, but Norwood ready for him. He is brought down by Rob Wadkowski. Rob Wadkowski, a terrific athlete from Norwood. Plays both sides for this Mustangs team. You see him involved a lot in the run game and certainly defensively as well. And they gave him about a yard on that run. Makes it a 3rd and 6. And now we got Wyatt Stevens back into the game at quarterback. He'll line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney the back to his left. 2 receivers spread to either side. Takes the snap, and he will hand it off. The sweep to the near side. Not much room there for Mulvaney. And he picked up maybe a yard or so. And that brings up another 4th down for the Hillers. So they'll need a big play here to keep this drive going. That was one of the best plays of the season, I think, that Salyard's pass to Champlin to extend this drive. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his left. A 4-receiver set, 3 spread out to his left. Salyards takes the snap, hands it off. Mulvaney going to bounce off tackle, sweep up the near side to the 30, and a big pickup there. And another play to move the sticks on a 4th down for the Hillers. Up to the 28 he goes. A 16-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from the Norwood 28. And the Hillers, they are, I believe, something like 4 for 5 moving the sticks in a 4th down situation. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his left is Cam Mulvaney. Receiver spread out to either side. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to his left, looking for Lasessi, and it's batted down by the defender, nearly intercepted by James Gamble. And obviously, Salyards was hoping that he would be able to throw over Gamble into the chest of Lasessi, but a little bit shorter than he would like there. But fortunately, Gamble can't come up with the interception. Well, this has turned into yet another long drive for the Hillers, and we do have an injured player on the field. It's a Norwood Mustang. Not quite sure who it is, but we'll try to keep you updated. We certainly hope he's okay, whoever it may be. This drive for the Hillers has lasted, well, to be exact, 4 minutes, 59 seconds so far. And it looked like it was going to be a short drive, resulting in a punt. But Salyard's able to make it happen after the fake. And the injured player is fortunately to his feet. It was James Gamble. But fortunately, he is okay, and we are ready to continue on. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. And back to his right is Mulvaney. 2 receivers spread to either side. Salyards takes the snap. Up the middle he goes. 25, fighting his way to about the 23-22. A power run there by Salyards. And let's see where they mark him. They're going to give him about 6. And the Hillers in hurry-up mode. Here we go. Right back up to the line they go. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right. 2 receivers spread either side. And it is dropped by Mulvaney. Loose ball. Norwood recovers. Came out of the grasp of Mulvaney, and it was really on the exchange that it was dropped, and Norwood recovers. Well, that was a lot of great work by the Hillers offense prior to that fumble. And it's a shame that the drive has to end like this, but now the defense will just have to step it up. So Norwood recovers with 3:02 left to go in the third quarter. And they will start this drive from their own 28, working right to left across your screen. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun with a back to either side. Receivers spread out to the left. He'll take the snap and hand it off to the left back. And it's going to be a pretty good run here by DeCall. And DeCall was a key component of the first and only touchdown drive for Norwood here in this second half. And he fights up to the 33, 4-yard gain there.
Brings up second down. Ball on the Norwood 33-yard line.
The Hillers defense, they need to come through here. They are running out of time. But Obviously a long ways to go, but you need to get your offense back out there. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun, back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side, and he is going to take it himself. The Hillers are ready for him, but only a yard or two there. Salyards and Champlin in on the stop.
Dennehy on the keeper.
And they
Brought down by number 72, Brennan
officially gave him 2 yards there. A 35-21 Norwood lead, 1:44 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Up to the line they go. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to either side. Dennehy takes the snap. Going to take it himself again up the middle, and he is going to be brought down just short of the first down. They mark him at the 39. Oh, no, they're going to give it to him. So they did move the chains. Oh, he just got there. So Norwood will keep this drive going.
The first and 10, Norwood.
1 minute, 9 seconds and counting left to go in the third quarter. And momentum starting to tip towards the Mustangs. Unless the Hillers defense can put a stop to this drive. Dennehy going to line it up out of the gun, back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side. Takes the snap, hands it off to the left back. It's going to be Mateer, and there he goes up the far side, breaking free. 30, 20, the 10, and into the end zone. Brian Mateer breaks free and runs 61 yards up the field for the touchdown. And that is going to make it a 41-21 game pending the extra point. Unbelievable. What a run that was. And he just escaped everybody. The snap and the kick, end over end, and it is good. And Norwood now leads it 42-21 with 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Of course, Norwood looking for a win here today to clinch a piece of the TVL Large title. They will be accompanied by at least Ashland and maybe Holliston, depending on if Holliston wins their game in their final week of the season, which will be next Friday against Wayland. And the Hillers defense, they have had some trouble today coming up with answers to stop this Norwood run game. And Norwood set to kick it away with 35 seconds left in this third quarter. That last Norwood drive started at 3:02 left to go in the quarter and lasted 35 seconds to go. It was a 72-yard drive capped off by a 61-yard touchdown run by Brian Mateer. And set to kick it away is Anthony DeMera. And I'm sure he's going to have to rest the leg after this game. He's had a whole lot of kickoffs today. End over end, back to the 10 it goes. And here comes the return. This is Elias Pereira along the near side, and he has himself a good return as he fights his way towards midfield. And they're going to mark him, I believe, a little bit back at around the 44-45. But it is going to be good field position regardless for the Hillers. So we'll start this drive from the 44-yard line. Working left to right across your screen.
First down, Huntington.
Up to the line they go. Salyards going to line it up out of the gun with an empty backfield. 4 receivers spread out to his left. takes the snap, rolls to his left, and it's a little high towards his intended target, Lassesi. Went off his hands and out of play. He should have been able to reel that one in, but that'll bring up second and 10.
Pass was intended for number 14, Nick Lachese.
Clock is stopped at 17 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Still a whole nother quarter to go, and with how crazy this game has been, who knows what's going to happen. So you're certainly going to want to stick around. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his left is Mulvaney. Two receivers to either side. Takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to the man in motion right to left, and that is Karatza. And up to midfield he goes. And it looks like he got maybe to the 48, about a 4-yard pickup.
Brought on by number 24, James Gamble.
And that is going to do it for the third quarter of play. After 3 quarters, it is Norwood 42, the Hopkinton Hillers 21. Fourth quarter coming up next on HCAM. And we are ready for the start of the fourth quarter. We have switched ends, and the Hillers now working right to left across your screen. Salyard's out of the gun, going to hand it off to Karatza. Karatza going to sweep up the far side, and he is going to be able to work his way past a couple of defenders and fight his way to about the Norwood 48.
Joe Karatza on the carry.
About a 5-yard pickup there for Karatza. Nice little run. Miller's going to have to work quickly here, down by 3 scores.
Brings up fourth down.
And I think they're going to be in hurry-up mode the rest of this game. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Karatza the back to his right. 3 receivers set with 2 spread out to his right, and he's going to hand it off. Here goes Mulvaney, and Mulvaney able to elude one defender and works his way up to the Norwood 48-47, a couple yards there. The Norwood defense doing a nice job keying in on the run. And it's going to be perhaps a turnover on downs here. They're going to, I think, bring out the chains. That was a 4th down situation. And they're giving it a look here. This is close. If I were them, I'd probably just bring out the chains. I think it makes it a little easier, and that's what they're going to do. And I'm not even going to try to predict if this is short or not, because every time I do that, I'm usually incorrect. It's going to be very close, I can tell you that. And it's going to be actually well short, about a yard short, so it will be a turnover on downs. Well, good stop there by the Norwood defense. And they bring out their offense with 11:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. And I'd imagine Norwood's going to try to run the ball a whole lot, get some of that time off the clock. Dennehy going to line it up with a Wishbone back formation, back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side, and he will hand it off to the right back. Here goes DeCall, and DeCall's going to break free. The 30, the 20, the 10, and all the way to the end zone. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Norwood. And that is likely going to be the backbreaker for the Hillers. And that is a 53-yard touchdown run by DeCall. And also his second touchdown run of the game. That makes it a 48-21 game. And now for the extra point is DeMera. The Hillers will need some very quick scoring throughout the remainder of this game to get back into this one. The kick is good, 49-21, 10:51 left to go. And that was a drive that did not take a whole lot of time off the clock. A one-play touchdown drive, a 53-yard touchdown run by DeCall. And it lasted about, 17 seconds. So Norwood will kick off once again. And the Hillers defense, I hate to say it, but just had no answers so far today against this Norwood run game. The offense, they played well. They made some things happen, but the defense just having a rough time out there. As they tee it up and they are set to kick it away. And Norwood will likely have a short kickoff strategy here like the Hillers did, because there has been some big kickoff returns on both sides in this game. As Fabian Ramage set to kick it away. And they actually have someone different out there kicking it away. And this is going to be a end over end, a short kickoff along the far side, and it's going to be returned by Nicholas Sessi. And a pretty good return up to about the 40-41. I wonder if they had Fabian Ramage kick that because he's better with the short kicks, or if Anthony DeMera is just very tired because he has had to kick off a whole lot today. Hillers offense comes out to the field, 10:43 left to go in this game, and they have some serious work to do to get back into this one. A 49-21 Norwood lead. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his right. He has two receivers stacked to his left, two spread out to his right. Calls it out. Motion right to left. Play action. Salyard's back to pass. In trouble. Throws up the near side. It's incomplete off the hands of his intended target, Brian Keefe. And Salyard's taking a big hit as well. Second and 10 for the Hillers. Clock has stopped at 10:32 left to go. Hillers, they're going to try to pass a lot and save some time on the clock as they try to fight their way back into this one. But it may be too much as they trail by 28. Salyard's out of the gun. Mulvaney to his left, two receivers spread out to either side. He'll hand it off. Here goes Mulvaney breaking free up the far side to the 40, the 35, the 30. And he's tripped out of bounds just past the 30. A great run there by Cam Mulvaney.
Mulvaney on the carry.
And they are going to put him at the Norwood 31. So a 29-yard pickup. Big run there by Mulvaney.
First down, Hopkinton.
And that is exactly what the Hillers need right now. Big plays just like that. And move this offense quickly. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney, the back to his left. Three receivers spread out to the left. He's going to hand it off to Mulvaney. Up the middle he goes. And he'll pick up a couple before Dan Oloid is able to bring him to the ground. They Mark him at about the 27, but a 4-yard pickup.
Tackle number 52, Daniel
Brings up
Loye.
second and 6 to go for the Hillers.
Brings up second down. Ball on the Norwood 27-yard line.
9:35 and counting left to go in this game. The Hillers going to get up to the line as quick as they can from here on out. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney the back to his right. Two receivers spread out to his left, and it's going to be a run up the middle. Not much room there for Mulvaney. In on the stop for Norwood was Rob Wadkowski along with Brady Early.
Mulvaney on the carry.
And they gave him pretty much no gain on that one, so they'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Hillers from the. They gave him a yard, so 3rd and 5 from the 26.
Brings up 3rd down for Hopkinton.
Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney is the back to his right. Two receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to his left, and it's caught by Pereira, and he's going to fight his way all the way to the 5-yard line. What a pickup there. A great connection between Salyards and Pereira, and that is a 21-yard pickup on the reception.
Tackle by number 5, Joey Steves.
So now it is 1st and goal from about the 5. The Hillers offense trying to cap this drive off. We're going to have a timeout. Hillers going to take a timeout. 8:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. Norwood leading the Hillers 49-21. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout on HCAM. Eight minutes, 8 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. The Hillers off the timeout, facing a 1st and goal from about the 5. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney to his right. He'll take the snap. He'll roll to his right, and he's going to find some room along the far side of the field, and he gets into the end zone. Cole Salyards with some nice footwork slides right into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown run, and that'll make it a 49-27 Norwood lead, pending the extra point. Now, I don't know if there's they may go for 2 here, try to make it a 20-point game. Salyards is going out there. That is likely what they'll try to do, but we shall see. But a nice, efficient touchdown drive there by the Hillers. And they are indeed going to go for 2. And Salyards will take the snap, and he's going to take this himself up the middle. And it looks like he was stopped short. And he was indeed. The conversion is no good. It'll remain a 49-27 Norwood lead. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was the best thing to do there, go for 2. I think you probably just better off making it a 21-point game, but guess every point counts. That drive by the Hillers lasted about 2 minutes and 45 seconds and resulted in a 5-yard touchdown run by Cole Salyards. And that was about a 70-yard drive by the Hillers. Hopkinton set to kick it away. Right to left across your screen. Avery Ravitch is out there and ready to go as the sun starts to glisten the field once again. Back to return for Norwood is Sales, but it's going to be a short kick to the far side. A little prevention kickoff there, and Dennehy is able to grab it and fall to the ground, and the Norwood offense will come out to the field and likely try to run the ball a whole lot here. They really need to burn some time off the clock. 7 minutes, 52 seconds left to go, and with how potent this Hillers offense can be, you certainly don't want to give them too much time to work with because they could put up points very fast. And Norwood, they were probably planning to run the ball a whole lot on their last drive, but they didn't need to run the ball a whole lot because they ended up having a big touchdown run on the very first play of that drive. Back to either side of Dennehy, and it's going to be a handoff, and the call going to be tripped up after a pickup of 2 or 3. Keefe was a little shooken up on the play, but he's back to his feet. He seems to be walking around comfortably. A 2-yard pickup by DeCall. Well, regardless of what happens in this game, it was a fun season to bring you Hopkinton Hillers coverage. They played some great football throughout this shortened Fall 2 season. Had a couple of great wins against Medfield and Westwood, and we still have some minutes left in this game, so we'll see what happens, but certainly a very entertaining game it has been today. Dennehy out of the gun with a back to either side, and he is going to hand this one off to Mateer, and Mateer doesn't have a lot of room to work with. Got about a yard. But these seniors on both of these teams happy to get out there and get some football experience in their senior years. It would certainly be a shame that you go into your senior year loving to play football and you don't get to play, so we're very glad that they were able to make this happen. And the best part about it, well, we got some football in April. I like it. Norwood is set to snap. Out of the gun, back to his right. Taking the snap is Dennehy. He'll throw it up the field, and it is incomplete. And he took a big hit as he threw to his intended target, Mateer. And that was Jacob Sokol delivering a big hit to Dennehy. And that'll bring up 4th and 10 to go for Norwood. Well, the Mustangs were hoping to take a little more time off the clock than that, but they are going to be forced to punt it away. Back to return, Brian Keefe and Cole Salyards. That was a well-needed defensive stop by the Hillers. And the punt is going to be a wobbly one, but some pretty good hang time. It falls at about the 35 and then takes a Norwood roll to about the 28. So the Hillers offense will come back out and try to work very quickly. And they could make things relatively interesting if they're able to get into the end zone fast here. 5:45 left to go. And I'm sure we're going to see some big play attempts right about now. Salyard's going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his right is Mulvaney. Motion from left to right. He'll hand it off to Mulvaney. Along the near side he goes to the 35 to about the 36, 37. And the Hillers, they could just also be playing for pride at this point. The likelihood of a comeback is low. I mean, obviously anything is possible, but they run the ball there and pick up several yards. But it was fun watching all these TVL large opponents go against each other. Just some great games throughout the state. We talk about this on HCAM Sports Talk Live, which, by the way, you can catch every Wednesday at 3 p.m. all the time. But the fact that it was all league and division rivals playing each other this season, it just made for some tremendous games, as Wyatt Stevens is going to keep it and move the chains. And the ball is going to be marked at the 43, so a nice run there by Stevens. And back up to the line goes the Hillers, and now they have Lisher into the game. He's going to line it up out of the pistol with Mulvaney to his right. Takes the snap, backpedals, throws up to his right, and finds Lasessi, who then takes a big hit. There's been some big hits by both sides in this game, that's for sure. That's what you got to expect in a division rival. And that was about a 3-yard pickup on the little reception to Lasessi. Under 4 minutes left to go now. Norwood up by 22, but the Hillers going to play this one out. Salyards going to hand this one off, and we have a run here. Here goes Carazza up the near side. 45-40 to the 25 to the 20, and he's pushed out of bounds at around the 15. A big pickup there by Carazza. And boy, did the Hillers need that. And this is going to move the sticks a long distance up the field, as it ends up being a 39-yard pickup by Carazza. Hillers quick to get back up to the line. Salyards going to line it up out of the gun. Mulvaney to his right, takes the snap, under pressure, finds some room along the near side, and he is going to get towards the end zone. Did he get in? Yes, he did! Touchdown, Hillers! And that is going to be a 12-yard touchdown run by Salyards. And just like that, this game is getting a little bit interesting. It's now a 16-point game. The Hillers likely going to go for 2 here. Well, the Hillers needed a short, efficient touchdown drive, and that's exactly what they got. Up to the line they go. Lisher is in at quarterback, lined up out of the pistol. Mulvaney to his left, takes the snap, looks to his right, throws to his right, has his target, and it's complete. Ethan Champlin reels it in and makes it a 49-35 game. Well, now the Hillers are likely going to try an onside kick here to try to get the recovery. But we do have a ball game here. It's a 14-point game, 3 minutes, 25 seconds left. This game's not over yet. Hillers offense making a statement there as they were just able to march up the field very quickly in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And that is exactly what they needed. Avery Ravitch set to kick it away. And we'll see what they do here. I can't imagine it's going to be a very long kickoff. And they're going to attempt the onside. It's a loose ball, but it is recovered by Norwood. Brian Matei are able to jump on it. He bobbled it too. It nearly came out of his grasp. But then he was just able to fall on it. Norwood is going to bring their offense out. And if you're Norwood, you just have to run the ball here. You got to keep that clock moving. The Hillers defense did a great job at stopping the run on the last Norwood drive. But they have to stick to it and get some of that time off the clock. Up to the line they go. Dennehy going to line it up with a back to either side. A receiver spread out to either side. And someone jumped. Let's see who it's on. It's going to be against Norwood. That'll push them back 5. We'll make it a 1st and 15 from the 37. Three minutes, 16 seconds left to go in this game. A 49-35 Norwood lead. They're going to try to burn some clock here. Dennehy with a back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side. He'll hand it off. It's going to be a run by DeCall, and he won't get very far. And on the stop was Jacob Sokol, who's had a number of stops here today for the Hillers. And Hillers take the timeout to stop the clock, which is certainly what you want to do in this situation. And the clock stops with 3 minutes, 8 seconds left to go. The Hillers going to talk things over. Now, if the Hillers could stop Norwood with a quick 3 and out, and they get the ball back, who knows what can happen. But the Hillers, they're going to play this game right down to the end. And they are still very much in it after a couple quick touchdown drives. They're right back in this game. Off the timeout. Called by the Hillers to stop the clock. The Norwood offense ready to go. Up to the line they go. Dennehy going to line it up with a back to either side. He'll take the snap, hands it off to the left back. Here goes DeCall. Trying to work up the middle, and he's swarmed by Hiller defenders. Not much room there. That's maybe another yard or two on that carry by DeCall, but Norwood certainly would have liked more than that. And the Hillers take another timeout here, and the clock will stop at 2 minutes, 59 seconds left to go. And with the timeout on the field, we'll step aside here on HCAM. Two minutes, 59 seconds left to go in regulation. The Hillers trail by 14. Norwood going to try to extend this offensive possession and burn some more time off the clock, but they are facing a 3rd and 11 from the 41, so they'll need a couple big plays here. Dennehy going to line it up, out of the gun, back to either side. Receiver spread out to either side. And he's going to go back to pass under pressure. Salyard's going to wrap him up and bring him to the ground. All the way back at the 30. And what a job by Salyards getting in there. Hillers will have to burn another timeout. They actually might not have one left, so the clock is going to keep running. But that makes it a 4th and 22 from the 30 for Norwood. So I would imagine in this situation they'll punt it away. But you never know. Norwood has taken some risks here today, and unfortunately for Hopkinton, most of them have paid off. It looks like we're going to get a Norwood timeout. Clock will stop at 2:09 left to go. But so far, so good for the Hillers defense here. Norwood facing a 4th and 22 from their own 30, likely to punt it away, but you never know. They could try a little trickery here. Here's Cole Salyards coming in with a big sack to put Norwood in this position. And the Hillers defense, if only they played like this all game long. They had so much trouble with the run game in the first half, but the second half they have really keyed in on this Norwood run game. Or at least this fourth quarter especially. And let's see what they do here. 4th and 22 from the 30. The snap is low. The punt, he'll just get it away. There is a whistle. It was pretty much right after the snap. Or at least I thought I heard a whistle. I'm not sure where it came from. Not sure why. It looks like they're bringing the ball back. They might have to re-kick this. Yeah, they're going to re-kick it, it appears. Or are they?
First and 10, Hopkinton.
That's going to be 1st and 10 on the 17. So the Hillers get some really good field position here after the penalty. And it's going to be a screen to the left. And it's incomplete, says the official.
Salyard's pass was intended for number 14, Nick Lachese.
Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 17. And I think actually what the ruling was the punter was down. So that's why the Hillers got it at the 17. Run up the middle. It's going to be Mulvaney. He'll fight his way forward for a couple. Oh, the Hillers, they need a big play right about now. Out of the gun, Salyards. He's back to pass. Looks to his left. And now is going to take it to his right. Under pressure, throws upfield incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 8 from the 15 for the Hillers. So that's why we heard that whistle. They ruled the punter down. The punter was tripped up trying to get the low snap and was just touched by a defender before getting the punt away. Salyards going to line it up out of the pistol, takes the snap, looking towards the end zone, throws, it's batted in the air, incomplete, and turnover on downs, and that should just about do it. Norwood's going to hang on and come away with a win here in the season finale at Hopkinton High School. It was certainly a great effort by both teams. It's been a lot of fun watching this season. We certainly wished it was longer, but it was fun nonetheless. And we had 3 highly entertaining home games for the Hillers, which was tremendous. But the good news is the spring season will be starting in just a couple of weeks, so we'll have all kinds of Hiller sports for you coming up in the very near future, including baseball, softball. We're going to try to have some tennis coverage and track coverage, and of course lacrosse and wrestling will be taking place, and that'll be outdoors during the spring season this year. So Norwood is going to knee out the clock here. And congratulations to the Norwood Mustangs with the win here today. They will share a piece of the TVL Large title. So far they're sharing with Ashland and possibly Holliston if Holliston wins their final game. But congratulations to Norwood on the TVL Large title, and congratulations to the Hopkinton Hillers on a fun-filled, very competitive season. Hillers will finish 2-3 overall. Norwood will finish 4-1. But congratulations to both these teams on a very entertaining, fun game here today. The final score is going to be Norwood 49, Hopkinton 35. And it's been a lot of fun covering this Fall 2 season here on HCAM. We certainly wished it was longer, but glad we got to see some football this year, and it was certainly great weather for it as well. Now the two teams going to face each other, show some respect towards each other, and they will walk off the field for one final time this season. But a lot of these players that you saw here today will be competing in the spring, and we will certainly look forward to bringing you spring sports in a couple of weeks. But the final score for the final time, Norwood 49, the Hopkinton Hillers 35. Norwood finishes the season at 4-1, the Hillers at 2-3, and it was a very competitive season for both teams and a lot of fun to watch. So we congratulate everybody that made this season happen. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. That is going to wrap up our coverage here from Hopkinton High School today. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.